Good morning, class. Let's begin with our session. And in our today's session, we are going to take the next topic in our unit 2, that is poem number 2.3, Somebody's Mother. Now, this is a poem written by Mary Dobrin. In this poem, the poet tries to highlight the importance of compassion and how each stranger is important in someone's life and how we should help others so that even our loved ones are helped by the others. Okay, it is a very deeper meaning, children. Okay, if you need to give a thought on this, see, having compassion, affection towards our family, friends, relative is a common thing, but having compassion for the stranger or towards the stranger is a rare quality which we need to practice. This is the theme of the poem that Mary Dobrin tries to share with us. This is her thoughts that she wants us to practice in our life. Now, before we begin with our session, children, we should take up the warming up exercise that will help us to understand the message of the poem very clearly. Now, here they have given a proverb like, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Now, based on this, we have to find 5 more other proverbs, axioms or quotations that convey the same message. The message should be the same. So, in that first one is treat others the way you want to be treated. Life is an echo. What you send out comes back. And as you sow, so shall you reap. Love people the way you want to be loved. Love your neighbor like yourself. In that first one, treat others the way you want to be treated. If you want that people should show affection towards you, love towards you, compassion towards you, it is you who have to treat them in that particular manner first, and then they will revert to you in the similar manner. Second one says, life is an echo. Echo means you have heard the sound, children. Echo means if you say something, the same sound is repeated, it comes back to you, right? So life is also an echo, the poet says. Okay, and whatever you give back in life, whatever you share to others, whatever you give out to others, be it good or bad, is going to come back to you. Okay, third one is very common one, as you sow, so shall you reap. Like, we say, if you do good, you will receive good. If you do something bad, you are going to harvest the bad things only, or you are going to reap the bad things only. So as you sow, so shall you reap. Fourth one says, love people the way you want to be loved. If you want the people should love you, it is you who first in turn have to love them, and they will reciprocate towards your love. Last one says, love your neighbor like yourself. If you love yourself very much, the same type of affection if you have towards your neighbor, then the bonding could go very strong. Okay, so this is the theme of some proverbs. Based on these poems only, we are going to take this poem ahead, children. Okay, so we'll wait for a short break for a minute and we'll continue with the session. Yes, class, let's continue with our warming up session that we have already started in our previous lecture. The second question in that says, arrange the following group of words in an ascending order. Now we have learned the ascending and ascending and descending order. We have done that in mathematics also, and this is not a new concept, children. We already know about this. But earlier what used to happen, we used to arrange the words which were similar in the spelling, and that we had to, or a little bit of difference in the spelling were there, and we had to arrange that in the ascending order. But here the concept is like, the first one, the different stages of man's life are given. So as per that stage only, we have to arrange it in the ascending order. Like first one, you see, adult, aged, infant, youth. They are not in a proper sequence. So what should be the sequence? The newborn baby is called an infant. So that is the first stage, infant. Second is followed when the baby grows up, it is called as a youth. Okay, when finally the child is totally grown up, turns into manhood, it is called as an adult. And last one, when you still advance in age, it is called as being aged. Second one also, cold, freezing, cool, chill. Meaning is same, but the degrees of cold here is being different. Cool means a slightly cool breeze is blowing, we say that. Okay, chill, okay, little more of coolness is there, so we call it as chilled. Okay, when it is too cold, we call it as, okay, it's very cold today. And freezing, like a snowy thing we feel around, then we say it is freezing. Now this is the degree of you can say intelligence of a person, how brilliant, genius, intelligent or bright the child is. First of all, the remark given is the child is he or she is a bright student. Okay, then if it is little more into his qualities, then the child is called to be an intelligent child. But he does excessively well, we call it as call it him or her as a brilliant child. And remarkable, extraordinarily good, we call the child to be a genius. We say the child is genius. Last one, the physical aspects of this earth, like mountain, peaks, summit, mound and hill. Mound means a small, you can say a small mud a hill like mound, it is called, which is temporary, like which is flown away by the wind also, that is called mound, made out of soil or a sand. Okay, then comes a hill, little higher than that is a hill, and very tall and heavy is called as a mountain. Peak and summit, you can say the highest point of that mountain is called as the peak or the summit. Okay, so this is the exercise on that, arranging the words into a ascending order. Okay, now coming to the next, prepare similar word chain using the following ideas. Okay, they have given first one like rain, and other word for rain can be drizzle. Now it depends the difference between how heavily it is raining. Drizzle, shower, downpour, deluge, wind, breeze, drought, gale, hurricane, sunshine, warm, balmy, sultry, hot, water body, pool, pound, lake and sea. Size, big, large, huge, immense. Size, again, small, little, tiny and minute, because there are two sizes, na, big and small. So accordingly we have to use the different words in different variations. So that is all with the warming up exercise, children. In the next lesson we should start with the poem. Thank you. Good morning, class. Today we shall continue with our poem Somebody's Mother. We have already seen that this is a simple and a touching poem. A young boy helps an old woman to cross the street, right? Now he realizes that she is probably somebody's mother. He hopes that when his own mother is in need of help in his absence, someone like him will come along and help her. So this is the concept he has explained us through the poem. So let's read the poem and go through it. The woman was old and ragged and grey and bent with the chill of winter's day. The streets were white with the recent snow, and the woman's feet with age were slow. At the crowded crossing she waited long, jostled aside by the careless throng of human beings who passed her by, unheeding the glance of her anxious eye. Looking at the first paragraph, the woman was old and ragged and grey. Ragged means a woman was very old and she was ragged. Ragged means wearing old and torn clothes, okay? And bent with the chill of winter's day. It was so chilled, like it was a winter season and it was extremely chilled because of the snowfall and all, and like she was literally bent with that chill of the winter. Okay, the streets were white with the recent snow. There was a continuous snowfall and recently the snow has covered the entire area, right? And the women's feet with age were slow. Now your woman's feet with age were slow. Now it is mentioned your age because she's an old lady, so she's not able to move about very fast or move quickly. Okay, at the crowded crossing she waited along. She was waiting along the roadside. She wanted to cross the road, jostled aside by the careless throng. Now throng here means large crowd of people. Okay, now everyone was passing the street but nobody paid any attention to her. Of human beings who passed her by, unheeding the glance of her anxious eye, means nobody bother to look towards her and see if she needed anything or she required anything. Unheeding here means children neglecting. Okay, down the street with the laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out, came happy boys like a flock of sheep, hailing the snow piled white and deep. Past the woman so old and grey, hasten the children on their way. This paragraph tells us that down the street with the laughter and shout. Okay, so after some time on the same street, like after some time, with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out. Means school just got over. Just like you people like to rush home after the school is over, the same way children were on the street again because the school was over for the day. Came a happy boys like a flock of sheep, hailing the snow piled white and deep. Past the woman so old and grey, hasten the children on their way. They happened to neglect her for the moment because they were busy rushing home. They were so excited, they just wanted to get back home. Okay, children, so we'll continue after a short break. Yes, class. So let's continue with the poem. Okay. None offered a helping hand to her, so weak and timid, afraid to stir, lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should trample her down in the slippery street. Now, as the boys were rushing down the street, like no one offered a helping hand to her, means no one bothered to ask if she needs any help. So weak and timid, afraid to stir. The woman was so weak, she was so timid. Timid means afraid, scared, okay? To stir means to move. She was really scared to move. First of all, she was old, very old. She was not able to walk comfortably. And another reason was like the street was very slippery. She was very scared that she might slip down, lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should trample her down in the slippery street. Another reason she was not scared to move was because she thought that she might dash up with the carriage wheels or the horse's feet. The horse carriage might dash her down or trample her down in the slippery street. This might cause her an accident. At last came out of the merry troop the gayest boy of all the group. He paused beside her and whispered low, I'll help you cross if you wish to go. So she was just waiting there wondering if someone could come out and help her. Okay, so at last, out of the merry troop, means among those children who were moving home, came a gayest boy of all the group, the happiest boy, right? One boy came from that group. He paused beside her and whispered low. He stood beside her and asked her in a very polite manner, I'll help you cross if you wish to go. He offered to help her, like if she wanted to cross the road. Her aged hand on his strong young arm she placed, and so without hurt or harm, he guided the trembling feet along, proud that his own were young and strong. Then back again to his friends he went, his young heart happy and well content. Now, when the boy offered her help, the woman agreed because she was already waiting for her help. Okay, so as he asked her to help her out, the woman offered her hand. She kept her hand on the young man's arm. Okay, she placed, and so without hurt or harm, so very carefully this boy took her along with him and helped her to cross the road. He guided the trembling feet along. He was not rushing very fast. He was also walking with the same speed as the old woman could do it, so that he could carry her across the road very carefully. Proud that his own were young and strong. He was like very young as compared to the old woman, so he could run and move out very fast. Like he did not do it in that manner, okay? But he was very happy that he was like strong enough, young enough to move about quickly. Then back again to his friends he went, his young heart happy and well content. So he, after helping the lady cross the road, he was so happy. His heart was full of joy that he could help a lady cross the road. Okay, children. We'll see after a short break what happens next. Yes, class. So we saw that previously we had seen that the child helped the lady cross the road. So what was the result of this help that boy gave to the poor lady? Okay, it does not end there. Let's see in the poem. Okay. Now she's somebody's mother, boys for all she's aged and poor and slow, and someone sometime may lend a hand to help my mother, you understand? And if ever she is old and poor and grey, and her own dear boy so far away, somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home that night, and the prayer she said was, God be kind to the noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. Okay, every good deed returns a blessing in return, children. Okay, so this is what is said in this poem. Okay, now when the boy went back to his friends, he told the boys, she's somebody's mother, boys, he told, because he's somebody's mother, so I wanted to help her out, for she is aged and poor and slow. She said, I saw that she's very aged, she was not able to move quickly, okay, and she was walking very slowly, and someone sometime may lend a hand to help my mother, you understand? The boy said, I help the lady because I expect someone to help my mother. If ever she's old and poor and grey, if my mother is in this manner, like if she's very old, she's not able to move fast and she's grey, okay, and if she needs help, I want that somebody should be present there to help my mother. So I am doing this good deed so that when my mother is in need of help, someone will come and definitely help her. And her own dear boy is so far away. And somebody's mother bowed low her head, and the old woman who was happy that she got help and the boy had helped, she blessed him by saying that in her home that night, the prayer she said was, God be kind to that noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. The boy was contented because he had helped the lady. He was able to help the lady because he saw his own mother in that old lady, right? The woman also, in return, that evening when she returned home, she also offered her prayers to the God, and when she was praying to God, she asked the God to bless the little boy who was who kind to the noble boy. She said, who is somebody's son and pride and joy. Means if you are such a good children, if you do good, definitely children, your parents will feel proud of you, isn't it? Okay, so she prayed to God to be kind to that little boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. Okay, this was a lovely poem, children. Hope you all have understood it very well, and let's take the lesson that has been given in this message. Okay, so we shall be back again with the next topic. Thank you.